Hi, my name is Marlena and welcome to my home. We are making a new recipe tonight. It is a cheesy beef stroganoff. I've already cooked the pound of pasta that I'm going to be using, just because I only have this one pot and I don't have enough room on my little stove to fit two things at once. And then in here, I have a pound of ground beef that I have gone ahead and browned up. And I was not paying attention and did not cut up my veggies. So, we're going to turn this off and push this off of this hot eye so that I can get the onions and garlic chopped up. I will have the recipe linked below. Something that you will get used to hearing me say is that I see recipes as a guide, and so it will not be followed exactly. So I have 4 cloves of garlic here, and I'll be using 2 small onions. One of my onions is starting to sprout, so it needs to be used up. In reading through some of the comments, I also saw several people saying it was just a tiny bit more on the bland side. So I'm also going to add just a little bit of chili powder. And I will taste as we get to the end to see if maybe I need to add more salt. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of water to deglaze the bottom of the pan. Now that our butter is melted, I'm going to add some flour. We're gonna cook this for just a minute. And I do not have any type of broth in my house right now, so we're just gonna replace that with milk. I'm gonna go ahead and add some mustard, about a tablespoon. And I do not have plain Worcestershire sauce, so this is Worcestershire and ketchup mixed together. About a tablespoon of that as well. And I have a good 2 spoonfuls of sour cream. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the frozen spinach in here, which I think I'll just use the rest of the bag. I'm gonna go ahead and taste the sauce at this point. Needs more salt. I think I'm gonna add more pepper too. Just turn this all the way down to low. The broccoli is completely thawed. Some warm, some still cold. So I'm gonna add it in just like this. I don't want to overcook it, if I can help it. I believe the recipe calls for 2 cups of cheese. I had a block of sharp cheddar that I have pre-shredded in this bag. So this is what I'm using. Now that our cheese is melted, I'm going to go ahead and add our pasta. I chose penne pasta. I also believe this recipe calls for only half a pound of the pasta. But when I make pasta, I always make a full pound. That way we have dinner and plenty of leftovers. I think I'm just gonna stir the rest of this cheese in. You're supposed to put the other half of the cheese on top and let it melt. I'm gonna do this instead. Alright, this should be ready. Let's go ahead and taste it and see how it turned out. I am going ahead and getting my little ones plates made so it has time to cool before they are ready to eat. That turned out a lot better than I expected. I like it. I like that. That is very good. I wish it could have all been done in one pot, just because I do have a small stove. So I can't have 2 pots on at the same time unless they're little ones. So I do wish I could have had the pasta going at the same time. If you have a normal sized stove, then that wouldn't affect you. But it's almost a 1-pot meal. I mean, technically it was a 1-pot meal for me because I used this pot to cook the pasta, and then I was able to drain the pasta and start cooking the dinner. So, almost. It was an almost one-pot meal for me. This ended up being a very fast dinner. It was made in less than 30 minutes, which is pretty fantastic. So thank you so much, and I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of your evening.